In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use Font Detective. Now, Font Detective is a specialist font matching program to let you very quickly and easily match a given sample. Now, when I say a given sample, I'm usually talking about like a scan from a business card or some artwork that you've got as a bitmap or an image that you then load into Font Detective, and you can then match it to an existing future font or even another font on your system. I'll show you how that works. To load Font Detective, you come here and you click on Font Detective like this, and it will load up with this default business card here. Now, this is a real life business card that's been scanned in by us. It's not contrived in any way, and it's just a matter of selecting over the text you want to scan or match your font against. You can see that it's automatically OCR'd over here, and I can click search, and it's found it that quickly. And this isn't contrived. I mean, I know this is a recording and you think, oh no, that's just been made up. That hasn't. That's real time. It's how long it took. So you can see how fast it is, and you can see the samples here. Now, usually 2.5, 3 stars above is very close, and you can just back off the similarity a bit by doing this, by just scrolling this back. So you just see the sort of matches which are actually really quite relevant. So that just goes to show how fast it is there. Now, obviously, you can load in your own artwork by clicking load here, so you might have an image that you've saved somewhere. I'll scroll down here. Here's an example of one here that I've used in another lesson. Now, here we've got this italicized text. So this isn't quite as clear as the other one. So I can just basically select over this like this. You can see it's OCR'd. I can lock this text in. Okay, what that means is if I click on lock, it'll actually search these characters in my search list. So I can click search, and you can see the first one that's brought up is this, and then this one here. Now, the matches aren't quite as good, but this is the actual font here, as you can see. Clearly that's the font. The reason for that is because this is italicized. I've come in the program when this has been designed, and this has been italicized. So even though that's the case, I haven't told it it's italicized. I haven't said anything about the font other than just drawing a box over it, a marquee. The program's automatically OCR'd it, and it's worked all this out for itself. In the previous version of Font Detective, there's no way it would have found this because it just wasn't anywhere near as powerful as this module. So in other words, although this is made out to be very simple, the work that's gone in to make the OCRing and the way it works so simplified from your point of view is an enormous amount of work to simplify this whole thing. So that's how that part of it works. I can also paste in some artwork. The other thing I can do is I can adjust the colours here if I needed to. This particular one, this is sort of a grey colour, so I might want to make this entire thing more closer to black, so I might just bring the saturation and the brightness down, for example, and hit the gamma up a bit, and as you can see it's all black now and accept that. And I could also select on this pipette here and select the colour, and you can see it selects the font colour. This time I'll select coffee. You can see, it hasn't OCR'd as well as it could have, perhaps. Maybe it's because I didn't select it properly, but as you can see there, it has done it now. I can click search, and it brings that one up straight away. So you can see how that's working there. Now I want to show you another example. This is a contrived example in some respects. So we've got white text here. So again, we need to click on this color selector here and click on that so you can see the preview's now white. Now we'll select a marquee over the text we want to search against. Now, of course, the more letters you select, the better the search is going to be because it's got more comparisons to be able to be made. I'll lock this text in so that it's only going to search the word futures. I'll click search, and we can see here we've got our matches. One thing you'll notice is these matches, they're close, but they're not this font. Now there's one here that's reasonably close, I think. Where is it? That one there, that's reasonably close to this font, but you can see it's not the exact font. Now this is the point. I've contrived this. I've made sure that this list I'm searching against doesn't include this font, so I don't have this font. And that's the other side of the coin with Font Detective. It will actually tell you that no, I don't have a font, which means you can make other arrangements to find it. So the point is that if you do have the font, you're going to know about it very, very quickly. And if you don't have the font, you're also going to know about it very, very quickly using this module. So that's the way that works. Now I'll just go back to our previous example here of this Imperial coffee job here. I'll select over that. Now it won't select it because I've got this white selected, so I need to select the black there. I'll just click over it again like so. See coffee, I'll lock that in and search. I get these fonts here. Now, if I want to see these fonts in an actual, like in a preview, I can come to the File menu here, and I can save result as a PDF. Now I'll give it a name, fontlist.pdf. I'll click save. So it creates it. Would you like to open it now? Yes, I would. And you can see here it's created as a PDF, and I'll just zoom in there to show you a little bit better. And you can see there's the font that it actually is, and there's its location. So I know where to find that font, and I can see a preview of that. Of course, I can print this out or whatever I want to do, but that's a great way of being able to see the font, the actual search results. So that's how you do that. You simply just go to File and save result as a PDF there. Okay, and you can also bring up Font Manager. Now, one other thing is find font by name. So let's say I just type in, I don't know, the first characters of some, sort of common thing here, AMR. So any font with AMR in it, you can see here, I can actually search fonts by just typing in some text. So if I know some of the characters of a font, like say Georgia or George or something, you can see here, I can find all these fonts by their name as well. And you can see how fast it is. It's just lightning fast. So that's another thing you can do. You can actually search by font name. So that's a nice thing to be able to do. Okay, so that's how that all works. Now, the other thing you need to know is the way Font Detective works, and this is a very important point, is that you're actually searching pre-cached fonts here. So in other words, we've set up all the future fonts and pre-cached them for you. If you've got like a font DVD or a font set on the hard drive somewhere, you need to actually set that up as a pre-cached list. So you come to the File menu here, and you need to click on Add Font Location. And then what you can do is you can navigate. I've just created one here in H drive here, Font DVD, and I've got these common fonts. I click OK, and it says Add Selected Folder to the Font Search List. So I'm going to cache these fonts, and I click Yes, and you can see it does it reasonably quickly here. This isn't a huge set, it's only a couple hundred or 100 fonts, and that took that long. So if you've got, say, 5,000 fonts, it might take 10-20 minutes to add them to the font list. Once it's done it for life. You don't have to redo it. It's a one-off thing. So if you've got a font DVD or some fonts on a hard drive that you want to add to your font list so you can search against them, all you do is you go to File, Add Font Location, you follow through the what I've just done then as I've just shown you. It adds those fonts in, and then they're available in the list when it searches, and it will be lightning fast. So it's important you know to pre-cache that font list. Now, as in Font Manager, I can select any of these fonts here. I can click Use, which means use the font now, or I can add it to the font library. And I suggest you go and watch the Font Manager lesson, and that explains how to use these things quite extensively and how that all works. And that's how Font Detective works, this new version. You'll find it's incredibly accurate, incredibly fast, and a very, very helpful tool. And enjoy. That's the end of this lesson.